Okay, welcome everybody to the presentation. I'm Trevor, I'm going to be your host, and we're going to be covering one very specific skill that everybody's going to need to have that's using this retail strategy. As we've discussed in past presentations, we've talked about some of the eBay changes that are coming down the pipe. In fact, the big one that's coming out here shortly is called product identifiers, where eBay is forcing sellers to make sure that certain product identifiers are included on each item before you can list it. And here's what I mean by that. There's a YouTube video that they did on it. I'm going to see if I can find it for you guys. Product identifiers eBay. Oh, it's this one right here. I know you guys can't hear it, but it looks like this. It's Jim Griffith, one of eBay's senior managers. He goes into detail and explains what product identifiers are and why eBay thinks they need to be included on each listing. So I'm going to send this link out to you guys. If you haven't seen this, take 3.5 minutes, because that's how long it is, and pay for it, or I'm sorry, not pay for it, but watch it, right? And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to product identifiers. A product identifier, for example, would be like a UPC code on a product, right? You guys know what I mean by UPC, right? I'll show you a picture if you're not sure. Right, when you're looking on a product's packaging, it's this code right here with the little barcode. That's the UPC, and then the number is the UPC code that's listed here. So eBay's saying every single product that you list going forward needs to have one of these UPCs on it. Well, that's thrown us into a little bit of a tizzy, because some of our suppliers don't provide us with UPC numbers. Namely Walmart, which we talk a lot about using, and how Walmart can be a pretty good supplier. They don't give you UPCs. So in discussing this with some of my colleagues here in the office, one of my colleagues came up with a way to figure out very easily how to get a UPC code from an item off of Walmart, and so that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do. Okay? So this isn't the only product identifier you're going to need, but it's one of them, and there's a really slick way to get it. Here's how to do it. If you're on Walmart, and let's just pick out something at random. We'll just choose a bike, I guess. We'll do this first bike that comes up. We're on the product page right now. And if I looked on the page, I probably can't find the UPC anywhere listed. Now, some suppliers may have it listed. Unfortunately, Walmart doesn't show it anywhere here on the page. And I really have. I've looked everywhere. I've scrolled down. I can't find a UPC, okay? It's because they just don't display it. But there's a little trick to get it. Here's what you do, and watch closely. I'm going to take my mouse in some empty space on the screen, okay? Just some white space over here on the left, and I'm going to right-click. And when I right-click, I get a menu here. Now, this is going to look a little different depending on what browser you're using. I currently am using Firefox. This will work just fine on Google Chrome as well. Most of you guys should be using Google Chrome, but what you do is you hit View Page Source, okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to get this window that comes up with all sorts of nasty-looking code. I'll scroll down, and this is it. This is actually the code that makes up the page. What do we call this, guys? What is this code called that we're looking at? Or what do we typically call this? Does anybody know what this is? Yeah, it's HTML code, right? And HTML is really what makes up the way a web page looks. You and I see a web page for what it is, just like this. We see a bike, a picture, we see colors, we see shapes. Computers and especially Google sees it like this. They don't see those things. They see the code behind it. Well, in the code, they've hidden the UPC. So the UPC is usually hidden inside this code somewhere. And I could just try to look through it, I suppose. Right? See all this code? I could look through it and try to find it, but that would be an absolute joke. It would take me forever just because this is a really, really, really big document. Okay? So instead, I'm going to perform a little function on my computer. I'm going to do a Control F, or if you're on a Mac, a Command F. F is in Frank. Okay? And I'm going to search for the UPC. See how I did that there? I know this is small on your screen, but it's right here. If you press Control F or Command F at the same time, you get this little search window down here, and I typed in UPC, and it went through the code, and it found the UPC for me. Right here. UPC, and then this is it right here. That's our UPC number. So although it's not displayed on the page itself, it is in the code of the page, and I had to bring up the code and search the code for it. It's a cumbersome step, and I realize that, but it actually doesn't take very long. I'll give you an example. Let me pick another product real quick. I'll choose another bike. So I come to this bikes page, and you'll see there's a Walmart number here, but that's just a Walmart number. That's not a UPC code. And I'm going to do just what I said. I'm going to right-click on some open space, and I'm going to find the View Page Source option, and I'm going to get the code up. I'll do a Control F, and I'm going to search for the UPC. It's not this one right here. This UPC is just part of this number, I guess. I got to press Enter again and keep searching. Here it is right here. UPC. That's that product's UPC. Which is crazy. Can you imagine trying to search your code, or the entire code for this? This is on line 132, column 1344. It'd be a joke if you didn't know how to do a quick find function like this. There's no way you could find the UPC very quickly. So no, you're right, Rex. You definitely don't need the barcode. You just need the number. You just need the number. I was showing you guys this earlier just because this is on packaging. When you see a UPC, you'll see the barcode there, but the actual UPC code is the number itself underneath. Okay. So see how easy that is? Now that's easy on Walmart. Can you do that with every single retailer? Not necessarily. I haven't tried it with Target, but let's just do it together really quick. I'm going to bring up an item on Target, just at random. We'll look at kitchen, and we'll grab this microwave right here. And really my first step, before I even get into the code or anything, I would look through the information on the page to see if I can't see a UPC. It's probably somewhere in the product description, if it is anywhere. And I don't see it here. This is the online item number, but that's not the UPC. Maybe it's in the specifications. No, I don't see it here in the specs. Yeah, I don't see it. Now, I could also do a Control F if I'm on a web page like this. Okay? And I can search for UPC on a web page. And you'll see as I search, it turns red here. There's no UPC on this page. So you can search a web page for text as well. So that didn't work. So let's try viewing the page source. I'm going to right click. You can't right click on something. If I right click on some text or an element or a picture, it won't work. Right click in some empty space and click view source. Here's the source code for this page. Okay, looks like Walmart, right? Just a bunch of code. Well, let's do a Control F or a Command F and look for the UPC. This might be it. That could be the UPC. Let's keep looking though. Nope, that's the only UPC information on the entire page. That actually might be it. The 084. Let me see here. How long is a UPC typically? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's usually 12 numbers. How long was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's probably the UPC right there. So I think that's it, guys. I mean, I haven't done this and tested it with enough retailers. Maybe let's do it with one more because it's working for Target and Walmart. Let's try it for like, I don't know. Somebody give me a retailer. Wayfair. That was the first suggestion I got. Wayfair. Let's use that. Wayfair.com. And let's find a product real quick. Grab this pillow right here. Now let's check first, is the UPC listed on the page somewhere? And it is not that I can see. I don't see a UPC. Okay, I'll do a Control F for the web page and see if it's listed. No, it's not. So there's no UPC here. Let me right click, View Page Source. Could do a Control Find. Let's put in UPC and see what it comes up with. Okay, so it gives us this number, but that's not really a UPC, right? You guys see that right there? That's what it found me. UPC content, and then it gives me this. It's got letters in it. I don't think that's the UPC because typically UPC is just numbers. And as I'm hitting the enter button, there's no other UPC listed here. Yeah, I would guess the same thing. It's probably a model number or their individual product code or something. You know, there are some UPC sites out there, Jeff. Yeah. I don't know how reliable some of them are, so I'm not going to recommend any. I was on Google the other day looking at some, and there's UPC databases out there, but I didn't find them very good, nor did I find them very reliable, because I picked some random products that I found off of Walmart, and I searched for those products to try to find the UPC, and I couldn't validate whether it was legit or not. And you know what? I don't think it matters, honestly. I think eBay is going to expect that for the most part you're accurate, but if you're creating a new listing on eBay and you put in a number, I don't think they're going to cross-check that. So I guess in a way, you could probably just put in any number you want to fill that filled up and be okay. I wouldn't recommend that. I would try to, of course, find the UPC, but I guess if you can't find one, you might be able to put one in there and have it suffice. I think we'll be able to learn how to find them pretty easily, and you can just see by what we've done today. Although our little strategy here didn't work for Wayfair, it worked for Walmart and Target, and it probably would work for other retailers. Plus, some retailers actually show you what their UPC is. So this little trick that I showed you today is more for the retailers that you get on and you can't find a UPC. So in this case, if I couldn't find a UPC for this pillow that we're looking at on Wayfair, my next strategy would be to copy the title of the product, and I'd probably Google it. I would put in the title as I copied it from Wayfair, and then I would put in UPC at the end. And see if I can't find a UPC code for it. So this is interesting right here. Let me click on this. This might be one of those UPC databases. Yep, here you go. Here's the UPC for this item right here. I haven't used this one before. I guess this is UPCITEMDB.com. Let me send you guys this link. I don't know if this will be a great database or not, but it worked here. See how easy that was? I could find the UPC for this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Model number right here. Gives you information about the product. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me look back at your questions here. So to answer your question, Jeff, maybe this site right here. There's different databases. We'll probably be testing some, and if we can find a really good, reliable one, we might be able to solve this problem. But for at least right now, you can use this little trick. Yeah, Jeff. So if you've got a used product or a collectible, I don't think they necessarily require a UPC. Although I'm not 100% sure. Collectible items definitely not, and there's certain instances that eBay has said that they won't require it. But for most brand new stuff, especially stuff that you're getting from retailers, the UPC is going to be required for sure. Yeah, there you go, Felicia. That's the same question you asked. It's like I pull out an item that I've had for years, and I want to sell it. A lot of times we're not going to have the original box, right? I guess you could Google for the UPC, but I don't think they're going to require that, honestly. This is just for brand new stuff, which will affect us, right? If any of you guys are listing products on eBay right now, a lot of your suppliers, they may not have UPC information, so we'll have to do a little homework like this. Definitely. Yeah, Walmart. Over here, Walmart's they're advertising to me right here. But I'll bet we could check to see if, let's check this database for something else. Let's go to Walmart and just grab something at random. We'll grab another one of these bikes. I'm going to copy this title, and let's paste it into this UPC database. Where'd it go? Right here. Oh, I've got to search by product name. Product name. Yeah, here we go. They've got some listed here. I don't see it. Nope. I don't see it here on the list. Okay, so if that didn't work, I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to search for it. And then I'll put in UPC. This is that same site right here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I guess it had it. This is it right here. So this might be pretty reliable, this website. Here's the UPC right here. Of course, for Walmart items, if you want to quickly do it the way I showed you, that works too. Yeah, antiques are exempt. You bet, Frank. Yeah, UPCs aren't that old, right? Like, what happens when you have something from the late 1800s that's an antique, of course it's not going to have a UPC. So there definitely are exceptions, no doubt about it. Okay, guys, does this make sense? Does this at least give you a little more direction on the UPC situation? Because come the end of June, when you're doing listings, although it's not required right now, so those of you guys who are listing on eBay right this second, you can list and a UPC is optional. At the end of June, it's not going to be optional, and you'll need to make sure you have it. So these are a couple of little hacks to get it for you, and hopefully it doesn't slow down your listing process. We've touted that the idea of retail success, or using the retail drop shipping success, is often found in really speedy listings, and you know, this I worried would slow us down, but I think there's going to be some good workarounds. Okay, all right. Yeah, you start adding the UPC now. You might as well, yeah. Good. Okay, well, that's all I had, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the recording. If you're watching this recorded, thanks for being here. If you have any questions further about those eBay changes, if I'm your mentor, contact me or contact your individual one, or come on to our next live webinar on Friday. Thanks again.